If you're thinking about moving to Arlington, Texas, hold on just 1 second. As a local realtor who has helped hundreds of families relocate to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I can tell you there is so much to love about Arlington. It's one of the most desirable cities in North Texas because it's perfectly situated right between Dallas and Fort Worth. It has incredible entertainment, fantastic neighborhoods, and just about every convenience you could ask for. But there's also a few things people don't realize until after they've already moved here. And some of these may not bother you at all. Others could completely change where you decide to buy your next home. So before you start scheduling home tours, make sure you stick around until the end because I have a bonus tip that could be a game changer if your dream is to buy a brand new home in Arlington. A lot of people think there isn't any new construction left because Arlington is such a well-established city, but that's not actually true. I know where you can still find not just one, but three new construction communities throughout Arlington. And I will tell you exactly where they are before we wrap up this video. Hello there, I'm Stephanie Deeds with the Deeds Group at Point Realty, and welcome to South of Cowtown with the Deeds. I have been helping buyers and sellers across Arlington and the surrounding Dallas-Fort Worth communities for over 14 years. And during that time, I have helped hundreds of families figure out not just which house they're going to buy, but which city and neighborhood they ultimately want to settle in that best fits their lifestyle. So, because buying a home isn't just about square footage or price, it's about making sure you love where you live. So, today I want to share 7 things that every buyer should know before moving to Arlington, Texas. And while we're talking, I would love to hear from you. Are you already living here in Arlington? Are you thinking about relocating here? Just trying to get a little bit of information? Let me know down in the comments because I would love to know where you're watching from. Number 1, Arlington is much bigger than people think. Everyone's heard of Dallas, everyone's heard of Fort Worth. Arlington gets a little bit less playtime, but it is much bigger than people think. And that surprises people when they move here. They see it on a map and assume, oh, it's just a little city. Everything must be close to each other, not exactly. Depending on where you're going and what time of day it is, it can easily take 30 minutes or more just to drive from one side of Arlington to the other or from the north to the south. And if you lived here for very long, you've probably discovered that taking Cooper Street is not always the shortcut you hoped it might be. Between some of our main roads like Cooper and Collins, we've got a couple of highways, I-20, 360, and I-30. All these major roads and traffic can back up pretty quickly during rush hour. So here's my advice. When you're shopping for a home, don't just think about the house itself. Think about the commute. Where do you work? Where do your kids go to school? Where do you go to church? What gym do you like? What's your favorite grocery store? Those are the places you're going to visit week after week. And choosing the right side of Arlington could literally save you hours in traffic every single month. So question for you. If you already live in Arlington, what road do you try to avoid during rush hour? I know which ones I stay off of. Let everyone know in the comments. Okay, number 2 of Arlington. Every part of Arlington feels completely different. One of my favorite things about Arlington is something buyers don't always expect. There isn't really just one Arlington. North Arlington has its own personality. South Arlington feels completely different. The east side is a little bit different than the west side. They all kind of have their different vibe. Some neighborhoods are full of mature trees and homes built decades ago with tons of character. Others are newer master plan communities with walking trails, neighborhood pools, and modern floor plans. Some areas are close to the entertainment district where you will find AT&T Stadium, Globe Life Field, Texas Live. Others feel quiet, residential, and tucked away. That's why I always tell buyers not to judge Arlington by just one neighborhood or area. You may absolutely love one part of town and realize that another isn't quite the right fit, and that is okay. Now, number 3, understand property taxes before you buy. One of the biggest questions I get from people relocating to Texas is, how are property taxes different here? We don't have a state income tax, but property taxes are definitely something you'll want to understand before making an offer. Not every Arlington neighborhood has the same tax rate. Different cities, utility districts, school districts, it can all affect what you pay. So that means that 2 homes with the exact same purchase price could actually have very different monthly payments, even though they're both situated in Arlington. This is something to always review together before writing an offer, because I never want my buyers surprised before or after they're closing. Number 4, the event traffic is real, y'all. Living in Arlington means you are right in the middle of everything. And honestly, that's one of the reasons so many people love living here. You've got the Cowboys and the Rangers, concerts, Texas Live, Six Flags, Hurricane Harbor, special events happening almost every weekend. But here's the trade-off. You need to know what's happening before you head across town on the weekend. Cowboy Sundays, expect extra traffic. Major concerts, same thing. And now with Arlington having such a big role in the World Cup, things are even busier over these few months. So one thing locals learn pretty quickly is to check the event calendar before making weekend plans. It can save you a lot of frustration and a lot of time sitting in traffic, or it might just give you something to do over the weekend because you think, I think I'll head downtown and go right into that traffic. Would that kind of activity be something you're looking for, or is that going to drive you crazy? Let me know in the comments. Number 5, school districts can be confusing. This catches a lot of relocation buyers off guard because a home that's just in Arlington doesn't necessarily mean it's an Arlington ISD. Depending on where you buy, your home could actually be zoned for Mansfield ISD. And I actually have a whole video of Arlington versus Mansfield where we break down the differences between those school districts. So check that out. But it's not just Mansfield ISD that you might be zoned for. Arlington's zoning map is uniquely designed. So there are some homes that are zoned to Kennedale ISD, HEB, which is not a grocery store, Hurst-Euless, Bedford, and also Grand Prairie. I've had buyers completely fall in love with a home only to find out it was not in the school district they wanted it to be in. So that's why we always verify before getting emotionally attached to a property. Now, not all of these school districts are deal breakers, but if schools matter in your buying decision, then it's extremely important to pay attention to zoning maps. Number 6, the housing options are incredible. One thing I absolutely love about Arlington is the variety. Whether you're looking for an older home with mature trees, a luxury neighborhood, a golf course community, a townhome, a custom home, something close to this entertainment district, or even a house on the lake, Arlington really offers something for almost every lifestyle and budget. The challenge usually isn't finding a home. It's narrowing down which part of Arlington feels most like home to you. And that's honestly one of my favorite parts of helping buyers. Now, here's your bonus tip. Do not give up on new construction just yet. One of the biggest misconceptions I hear is Arlington just doesn't have any new construction left. Stephanie, I really wanted new construction, but honestly, that's mostly true. Arlington's a mature city, so there's just not that many large developments being built anymore. But here's the good news. They're not completely gone. In fact, I recently went out and found 3 different new construction communities that are still actively building homes in Arlington. What's really neat is that they're spread across the city and offer something for almost every buyer. If you're looking on the west side of Arlington, I feature Green Oaks Preserve, which is a great mid-price option. If you'd rather be more centrally located, I did a tour of California Meadows, an excellent entry-level new construction community. And if you're looking for something with more luxury features and customization in South Arlington, I've also toured Kay Hovnanian's Sterling Green. The reason I wanted to make that video is because all 3 communities are already about 50% built out. And once they're gone, there simply aren't that many opportunities left to buy a brand new home within the Arlington city limits. So if new construction is on your wish list, definitely watch that video next. I will link it right here and down in the description. So, should you move to Arlington? Honestly, for a lot of people, the answer is absolutely yes. It's centrally located between Dallas and Fort Worth. It has incredible entertainment, diverse neighborhoods, strong housing options, and convenient access to major highways to make it one of the most desirable places to live in the Metroplex. The key is finding the right neighborhood, not just the right house. If you're thinking about moving to Arlington or relocating anywhere in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I would love to help. Let's schedule a buyer consultation where we walk you through your budget, commute, your lifestyle, and what you're really looking for so we can narrow down the neighborhoods that fit you best. If this video was helpful, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to South of Cowtown with the Deeds for more videos about living in Arlington, Mansfield, Burleson, Midlothian, and communities all across DFW. And don't forget to leave me a comment below. What's one thing about Arlington that surprised you the most? Or if you're planning a move here, what questions do you still have? I would love to help, and I'll see you in the next video.